Oh, Yamishra Ghana painful na so much to me. I do a momba. I quit you my baby, a bimu fiase. And so what to me, Omunina, Akaya, Yamuchri and South Africa.
Whenever I say my PENDREAM TV, there, I see them, yupo.
This story we are talking about, and about evacuation here, the Ghana for, about a Ghana, and then. You need to understand, say, a big deal. Don't underestimate it. JJ Rawlings, Echo for Ghana for Liberia. And John Mahama, Echo for Ghana for South Africa. Nana do danko kufu for 2005. Omu jama Ghana for 44. Your bomu toku omo anko. That is the MPP. Airport. They were so proud. They sang the national anthem. The patriotism is there. We are going to receive them with all due respect. We are Ghana. Now, any opportunity be you can contact the Foreign Affairs Ministry. Be on Sanu Juma. Oboha no a hairdresser no Oboha no ye be or a teacher. Let us find a little bit of space. There to be more almost. So that is what we do. That is what makes us Ghana. Now, the Foreign Affairs Minister Ekasaye, time Omukono. Let's listen to him. Before we listen to the Foreign Affairs Minister, no, my uncle tie the Ghana phone be eka time omu see free plane no. Let's go listen to some of the Ghanaians.
Oh, and they be play, because that which is be break the shall be fast man, but you Mahama, you know, we know about you, back the fast man, and you're easy to say, yeah, some of the but you're Mahama by no, with your me now, go back home. At the end fear. If your man is your Mahama, so on your money, man, or also 3 years, Mama got 3 years, or your money at the money. Oh, and they be play, because that which is be break the shall be fast man, but you Mahama, you know, we know about you, back the fast man, and you're easy to say, yeah, some of the play, but you're Mahama by no, with your me now, go back home. At the end fear. If your man is your Mahama, so on your money, man, or also 3 years, Mama got 3 years, or your money at the money.
Oh, Yamishra Ghana painful na so much to me. I do a momba. I quit you my baby, a bimu fiase. And so what to me, Omunina, Akaya, Yamuchri and South Africa. Yadi tunenim, Ampa Omanyi Ajemu, Omaji and Tata, and the Ababedu and Masum Bim. Omubumibu. Ah, Opa me chow. Sorry. But Nyami, my baby do me chromo dear. Bonnie be on my media, maybe a chow. Semi so my omu bonnie so omu fancheme. Still life goes on. Oh, maybe dear. To me, no. My emo bianco, yan yaban or drink, yan and a senia near my shah South Africa no. Intina yen paying for almost doing home befa or mumba. If South Africa, senia, we timini wakama because ye pepis, yan pepis. Intina yen paying for a baby if you almost will be moon. But me to me, I say me upon your Miami nano. Me, the omoboni at chomo. Still.
Because South Africa 10 years in 2016, 30th March. Now me call her no there. And you use mammy. Me call one call me, you know. And the last 2 years, I'm much me, and in about 2 years, I was serving, must be police station. It says I'm a baby, them we are very safe and very, very, very happy. What I can say for now. Thank you.
It's not easy. Men who they will say I grow. No. Men who be our South Africa school. There are people. Oh my God, there are people who are more educated than you. And there are so many reasons in terms of focus South Africa. In this all you are buying, Now on call for Kobe Bim say now to me take the risk, taking the time to make sure so bet me I left so many about Ukroma Jack Tabano Yendini Huagro. You don't underestimate or try to even think about anything else apart from Sabino. You need to keep that government for years. The reason there, me MPP ni adebi amebo NDC abaswa me pe John Mahama ne nyansa ne say MPP no mo Jimmy omo ni nyansafo wom. That is the problem. Me MPP ni mapa. Me want me party card. Me dango tia me dues. Sebio me party ni MPP ni astra me catch am say montuma NDC ne say MPP fo Jimmy omo jini omo anka omo nko aho omo say ntwamoa omo say bola sommoa. They don't think. It is all about them. Property owning government, property owning party. Kofo japade obenya, ekufo de japade obenya, obi japade obenya, ba omi japade obenya, ba omi ayire drose ebe to ama no. Nyanse bi anim, nyanse ni bi ani sa party nim. Me MPP ni mapa, MPA. Me mapa. Ena masaya MTKK matetia ka omoso. Ai me MPP ni MPA mapa and I'm Messiah NTTK matetia sa ka omoso me a typical MPPN inti me kan so much what TM MPP omo Jimmy MTTK matetia ka omoso and I am still a member. I am not going anywhere. Me kan nyansa chromatis so omo adwene bebe fie nkwasiafo. You see, Ghanaians are happy to be home. Keke, just be home. For the idea sir what my own mind no abane dwene ho kwa keke it's refreshing. Say Omaya ufri so because your Ghana, your Nigeria for her, your Senegal for her, your Gambia for her, your African countries in Krobe Nipa South Africa. Ye Kumbi, ye Biasha jail, ye Tatabi. Say or your Ghana in and or catch Nanyonko Nigeria ni my government is taking me home. They brought a flight. Do you know how that feels? Say Ghana ni catch Nigeria ni say I am going home. My government back home. They have sent a flight to pick me back home. Nigeria ni be say we nipa cheno. Gambia ni be say we nipa. That alone shows say we Ghana ni a sebio o omanya omodwene ho. Enti NDC aban ma me ndi ho agro. Now, mommy go back to airport. Ni enko tie asema foreign affairs minister kan. Omo we no so no they were able to give them some little food to take with them home. Ni nyina me be kire mo.
We thank the Almighty for protecting our lives. And we thank him for giving us a leader in the person of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, who values the lives of Ghanaians. Today, the Mahama administration is demonstrating that wherever Ghanaians are, we will make sure you are protected, your dignity is respected, and we will go to the length of this world to bring you back home safely. On behalf of President John Dramani Mahama, we say Akwaba to all of you. Obake, Wezolo, and we want to thank all our partners. The Chief of Staff has been very instrumental in mobilizing all of us to put this evacuation together. We want to thank NADMO. We want to thank the Gender Ministry. You see the Honorable Gender Minister here. We want to thank our international partners, IOM, who are working with us. And I thank all colleagues at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, including my own brother, the Honorable James Jachi Kwesi, very hardworking, very dynamic, very supportive. Today's welcome ceremony is fully packed. You are going to receive psychosocial support. We have psychologists, we have medical doctors, we have nurses here to take care of you. That is not all. President Mahama says that all of you should be given 2 special allowances. One for your transportation. So there will be a transportation allowance to wherever you live, wherever your homes are, whoever you are going to connect to. And then there will be a reintegration allowance, a special package to help you put your lives back on track.
So, you're not a Foreign Affairs Minister, and I would like to applaud the Chief of Staff, Julius Debra. He's been wonderful when it comes to making sure, all these things are put together well. He made time. The president was busy today because of the Eid al-Adha event. He had to be with the chief imam to celebrate at the Independence Square. But Julius Debra, the chief of staff, made time, and then he made sure every single person Obia felt at home. So I would like to applaud the chief of staff, Julius Debra, for a wonderful job done. I applaud the Foreign Affairs Minister, Okudzato Ablakwa, simply perfect. The deputy to the Foreign Affairs Minister, Mr. Jachi Kwesi, exemplary leader, very on point. He's very hardworking. He's on the ground, making sure the gender minister too made some time to be there. The gender minister, a very wonderful woman, because in Kwara womb, people under 18 womb, they need the support. They need to make sure a man is a woman. So the gender minister also represented. In fact, all the sectors, the ministers that are very important, also airport, they were there, and they all did what they had to do. And that is the most important thing about we Ghanaians and this government. They try to make sure say also be. So I would like to applaud them. But asama na Okudzato Ablakwa nyina say Ghana for na yakofo mo free South Africa ediabano. The president of the Republic, John Mahama, said, and yes, obviously Ghana Accra International Airport the now president said Oma Ghana for nyina say also omo support abana sebio omo bi na omo send sikaba Ghana yenya etuo bi free mu no abano John Mahama abano ebe momo omo sika momo de afoka akofie transportation allowance. And also be more a friend integration allowance. Now, say reintegration allowance, no, and then they say Mwaba, Ubuha, na ebi or hairdresser, South Africa. Obey here Sikaka Krebi, Edia Stati Bibi, John Mahama say, Ubia Kakra will be also the mano, now almost started bo omobrano, or say Wakache Foreign Affairs Minister through the Finance Minister said, Omoma Omusika, Omodofoka, Baby Obia Kubiano, Yamano, enough money to go back to where they think they want to go settle. And now Sikaka Kre, the more moi, Omobetumiso, Edia Shama Brabasano. NDC are say through the Foreign Affairs Ministry, the Finance Ministry, no. John Mahama say yemo musika no move to me enso enfan start BB sene ebi ba no omkutem enkwara ebi ba na ebia yare kakra ebi so ba no ombe hia so start djuma kitikiti bi enti John Mahama aban NDC aban say yemo musika kakra so no mo start enfan bo omobra we ni aban Okasano, or say, Omobano, the doctors by psychologists for by the pediatricians by so many medical professionals by Sebi Obi Oba, we judge a Padebri or South Africa, Sebi or the home general who send your best started, or Diao, Sebio Najan, Sebio, and Shadan Toye because or General, your Nipa Mono Betanasi, Akasamo Matia say, Chiana Chia, Embuye, Ebenina Quasia Benono, but or say Chiana Check and Embuye, it's Omo Becasa. Na sebi omo so agya tum se efie na yaba enye kra anticipate kuntu enwen a ne chia na eba nti omo de nipa sa ne bi koye ma omo nyina so etumi ne omo kasaye nti we ene de John Dramani Mahama aban no eye ma Ghana for 300 so far omo ba na omo kɔ no sebi odo ya hwenhwemade no sebi ompepa ne nsan kwa NDC are buying through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Chief of Staff Julius Debra, and the friend gender minister any omo keka no ema sebio Ghana for mobile ye momo bibi kakra so omo fanko fie na sebio omo so enko no aduane bi sebio omfa dwodwo makoma na omo fa endwene senia omo start omabrabo into omo kono so sebio omo so omo amfa mo sapan emfiri de emfiri airport wo ankofi mane so omo mfoa so busa ho se adentra. It is because it is a party a siketua ene krono enom de yi omo penifo now sa de we ya penifo we e ka se e was Supreme Court eboa emani bemu no ehon fa so ne bi na mebe ka kire wo no he your MPs bi o parliament omutim no o me de menhia south na mewo ma anya adwuma kura mpo a menhia south nko ade de hia ne say election time na mato emo na mato gele na mato de bofro nkwan omamo wo beto ama me right now no what is going to happen and they say so obi ti menhia south na adwene say menhia south for omo yankwasiafo na delegate kakra na ho na onya omo hu sika obetumi gi power right now ye biem Enti se uwo Menchia South. Now first no nipa 700 and now 30 per to aba as delegates. Now we are going to have 700 people vote. That means say we are going to limit the influence of money in our elections, internal elections, party elections. It is going to help us to be able to do what? Select people on merit. Ye be yin konfo a almost send omo fata na enya akronfo mukute sika. Inti sa wo study your parliamentarians bebre wo MPP mu e parliament party no mu no omo nim some constituency no there. The moment you win the primaries, automatically you win the seat. Now they have been able to suppress Nipebi by electing a few people. So we are delegates into Oba Menchia South, Oba Bantima, delegates in 65. Interchange Buachi say Oba, the delegate yes 300. Okay, me budget obia 20,000 Ghana, and I emo bag bako, Gary Konko bakwa, between the moment me wini. Now, if we open it up, now obia oye MPP ni bia, eto saba ni bia, Asensu Buachi cannot pay 3,000 people. 30,000 people and say Metia Obia 2,000 Ghana. As Subachi cannot do it. The same as Menchia South MP cannot do it. The same as some MPs or some other political parties. This will get rid of that monetization. I say your politics. And Nuntina Canada Japan. Me amen call for MPP when you buofu if you say Mahmudu ba omia wia sika gu ho and odi wini elections na omoye nanse no because obia hu say election no MPP for do no mo Canada Japan. But now Mahmoud Baumia and call for a security on election day, no, they were able to calculate delegates, no. It's not about Baumia and say, or can't get delegates to be able free baby, but no Muska, or can't delegate on free Ashanti region, no Chamusika tour, or can't delegate on free Bonga half region, no Cheska tour. The man with the money is the man with the power, and that is what these two gentlemen plus the other person they are trying to stop, and I support this 100%. Every Ghana Nibia Uniminyansa or Pesa Ghana your politics. Because if this is accepted by the Supreme Court, your politics in the best. Now we will get people who are independent winning parliamentary seats in constituencies. That is what is going to happen. We are going to get people we see as underdogs coming into an election and without any delegate to be a free party to win an election, because now you will need billions of dollars to be able to win an election in Ghana. Say yeah internal election crowd MPP mu and now NDC mu now say okay me NDC MP awuna memu ne to maame for senior to maame I had a seat obi anim say NDC dia. No. Now what is going to happen is so your MP you need to deliver, because if you don't work and you tell yourself say oh I had a seat delegates no ultimately and depending on just a few people. You have to work to please every single person in the party. And send your elections, you know. Into this one there, so party biba bontin beka say, oh, where they and so na party na for party. So far, the Attorney General Srimsai wrote something on Facebook showing the Attorney General Ayenini and Srimsai and his boss, the government lawyer is in support of this. It means that the Attorney General is in support of the fight against corruption in our politics. I was so happy when I heard the Attorney General supporting this, because you see, it shows to say, Ayenini and the deputies from Sino, they want to fight corruption in our politics. And this is the right way to go, because on a normal day, you will see a government, if this government was a corrupt government, and as a president in a corrupter, the president, you know, and then I'll say, even though the Attorney General, at the end of the day, is not working directly for the president or working directly for the party, the Attorney General is supposed to represent the government. But we all know what corrupt Attorney Generals like Damemwaye, because Damemo as say our judicial service, you know, it is so difficult to even trust honorable people who are doing their job diligently. But Ayeni and then the deputy, they have shown to say their interest in Ghana for interest. Into the Attorney General says, we are in support. The NDC as a political party, they have released a statement that they are in full support of this their action they want that to be done. The NDC wants every single person to be part of the internal elections. They can elect credible people, not based on their money they are holding, not based on who they know, but based on the party, the whole party's their decision and how competent they are. You see, this is one thing I say to me support it. Now, Supreme Court so say here now say our politics will change positively. Everything will be in its place. Now, let me tell you something. This idea we now is simple, Sano. What he's going to do in the say right now, Obian to be sorry, and say me a powerful MP of Ghana. Obian to me sorry can say, oh, media na me ke Kufuado ho, enti chianechi, I have to succeed the Kufuado. Obian to me can say, media party I can control the delegates. Right now, nobody will have control over party elections. And when I say nobody will have control, I am talking about nobody can say, go and bring the Ashanti region delegate. Now, from them, na nipa 30, nipa 50, nipa 150, or more musika. Nobody can do that because the party is big. Now, some people have made an argument or making some arguments to say, oh, when that happens, a man for be infiltrate a party album. Na nipa bia onye NDs MPP ni wabeto aba abra omo, and there's a party between ho. Emma obi tumi wura omo album ana party mu dimu etumi beto aba abra onye party that party needs to stop existing because then the party is not ready to be called a political party. Omo your argument is say, oh, na yesi ade biema nipa bia betumi ewia no ho aba MPP mu abeto aba etia nipa bia mo pe, then it means your party is not a political party. The structures don't work. You don't have people who are manning the party, the number of people in there. You don't have people who are checking the data. You yourself, you don't even know your members. So how can you call yourself a political party? That argument is the most stupid argument I've ever heard. Because we believe, say, there are people who are in charge of the party album, the party, the data, who are paying their dues, who registered when. So how can you go into an election telling me, say you say MPP ni bian twaba, ubetumaka say omube room. Then how did you arrive at that message? Say nipa 2 million MPP for one to man to amaba omiantina Mahama wini. If the MPP is making such an argument, we want to ask them, then how did you people arrive and say, nipa 2 million MPP supporters could not vote, and Lieutenant Mahama winning 57%? Then it means that argument was a lie. Because from what you are saying, you don't even have a data of your party, the number of party in the MPP. So if the MPP stands anywhere else and says they don't agree with this idea because nipa be yomo NDC for no ma beto abani bi no ma say abano no ma to atia nipa bi omompe. The question here is, do you know the number of your party members? Do you have a data of your party members? Can you show us the number of people who are in your party? Because if you're making this argument, then the argument that nipa 2 million from the MPP did not vote in 2024, no, that argument falls flat. Because you cannot prove whether those people are your party members or not. So for the MPP to even make a statement, say your party no, your BM na obia betwaba, ye who do your MPP need the MPP niya. Now it's a party no, it's not a party anybody should trust. So the argument they are making does not make any sense. They are stupid. Omo ya kromfo. Omo election bia sika and nobody omo elections. Sika die ni sika wia, sika tuatua. They are very corrupt. Omo bon die. And come to South Central so from Abna who bon die. That is the MPP. Chrono shomo to ma. Me say chrono e bon omo ho. San come to South Central so from Efia who bon die, ana adwa who bon die. Every single thing is about money. Yenko wi sika ma we, ye enu bi no mo ya wo de power no ma ba omia. Everybody knew, every single person in Ghana knew, say, Kennedy was the favorite MPP for Epe, because that MPP for do him say, Kennedy Nimnyansa Chamba Umia. But you know what happened? At the end of the day, Mahamudu Bawumia and the team, no, they stole a lot of money and gave it to delegates because they can manipulate the delegates. Right now, the reason why the NPP does not want this to happen, and they say, in their next election, no, they cannot manipulate the delegates. They don't have that much money to pay every single member. And I believe this is the biggest step we are taking in our politics in Ghana as a nation or in our elections. We need to start from the basics. Nyawotamaklo and from Paul Boateng, this case from Dako Cotton, it is the best case I see in Ghana's history because every day, Biano, we are having conversation about trying to take money out of our elections, trying to take money out of our politics. Now, this is the time we are starting to understand. Say, you take a step where sa sikana aji politics afano, sa sikana it will not have that impact or that role or that pace. It take here yen to me and run the election in our political parties respectively, in a way you to me ni papa mobediga party no so. 81. Sadia we ebeboa. Nobody can call themselves say sa area where media me MP was South Central, me MP or Menchia South. I had the Yotuvo constituency. Ye the appointed crisis so me win oboa. Ye biem ema MPP ni bia to abani bi. You cannot win the primaries. Inti what is going to do is say ebema MP for abom humodin because you see from 2017 to 2024 nipa be 47 ena omufra santimemu a omukọ parliament omo nyina call parliament no omo ka kire Asante for say ye de modehye ne ye jimi won kran kura amobeto amaye. And it's true, we saw it from 2017 2020. Even though they didn't do anything, no, they voted for them because time omo ye primaries to go and contest in the general elections, you know. The MPs no more parliament, you know, no more sika, omo counted the delegates, you know, omo we sika. Now you see, ade we are papa for me anyway, court, you know, the say it is also going to take that corruption that you see, most of our MPs are forced to be corrupt. They are forced to steal. They are forced to do things they are not supposed to do because say election ni bedu ama omo asako primary sir, they are forced to steal. Because now I bet to say riesika netumi kind delegates no nemo musika. Right now what this thing will do in the say it does not matter the amount of money you steal, you will still have to deliver to be able to please every NPP member. What is going to happen? And say, Sa Kronona, ya forcema MPs are involved in corruption, especially when it's getting close to their elections, you know, that corruption is going to go down. Because right now, no, you need to steal money to pay every single member of the party before you can win your primaries. And nobody can have that amount of money. We are even at the end of the day taking that corruption part from our MPs. In the party, Obeka say, I don't support this, you know, then it is a party that is full of corruption. A party, and at this point, you know, I expect Mahmoud Bawumia to make a statement that he's in support of this decision. On one party for court for this. I want to see Bawumia speak and support this. But Mahmoud Bawumia is a thief. He's a thief and he cannot support it because the party he's leading, you know, most of them are thieves. They are criminals. Why is Bawumia quiet on this matter? Why is Bawumia, who wants to come and lead the party, who wants to come and lead Ghana, who says he wants to fight corruption, why is Bawumia not championing this? Why is Mahmoud Bawumia not making a public statement and supporting this decision? Because we want to take the monocracy or monetocracy out of our politics. We want to stop people from being corrupt. We want to stop this kind of choosing people who don't deserve to lead. Why is Bawumia not interested in this? Why hasn't he spoken on this? Because we're Crom 4. Because what he's doing now and he say, oh yes, selective. Right now, no one say, Omo primary sir, omo no constituency tokwesi because Bawumia are picking MPs. Bawumia is picking his MPs. So they are relegating people. Omo yin for free abonim and then a man call for one call for second nipa for nya wo second in the MPP. Until we want Bawumia to speak. What does he think about this? What is his position on this? Does he believe in this? Does he think this is going to help? What does he think about this? What is his opinion? Why no one said double or so them? This is the real conversation we want him to have with us. Since this a flag bearer of the MPP, Ofu them, he's not granting any interview on economy, interview on no monsa. Ya kana mubu ofu. On no monsa repreko. Muna fiki. Bon moba omiano. Ya kana mubu ofu. I don't know what I say about omiano. No monsa repreko. On no monsa onyenipa. The guy drinks. The guy eats pork. Mama mo evidence, no. You saw it, right? Onim ne campo awful technology ma wasari wa we preko na keka de sim wo yini sim preko de do asantifo preko ain wa we asantifo preko ya chichi de suru wisa ene afom wisa ne ensanso ne guso wa we yini sim ene enwum na wo de kira akwanoma wa we ne na wadane OSP wa we adane OSP o yini sim ja preko e de sa ene nkremofo ya kasa a kire wa we ababa ni name wa bo wan de guso ohun ni campo Neka obika de so akobie gate akwawe meka se oya munafiki ne yire munafuka mo se medwa mo san hwe ne biem wei wallahi Bawumia kai
It's possible. It's possible. It is possible. It is possible. It is possible.
Why we preko we go share sim o Cremonia why we preko first time. Why we preko ankasa. Precolization. Nanko so mama card nanko me no kosa so intereso. Unim wo hu ne campo. Metumam of so many videos about Omi Chabi. Hey, mo dear money. Men nam can say, party no, MTTK, Matetia Kamoso, may a party ni, abaya kotume to be. Akwane wiensa, akwane no monsa, akwane wi preku. And then the require so go to me yet. Muna fuka or munimuni wa form ho. Ya kabibia chirema monte. Akwane no monsa wa bo or kwa sante for party. Ankwanu mei, ya anu mei. Ankwanu mei. Minimsia yiko na OSP so na to dum wejire hodo. Ankwanu ma. Wa wi apan. Ema apan kwana for do so ni trim. Ye hu de oyesisi a nam. The bulletproof car minim so wakoton wo se no oda hutimo OSP obi ahuru obi tie kro obi ambo obi wakoton bulletproof car team ama Paul o junso no hujimi kika ho asem enti Mahamudu ba mama nyam show ba omi ade se no ne time ba omi time no duru a mo bo hu se me mabodam evidence am be pia mo no mo be ka se ye Kevin ye srew ye ne ka se be you free party ne anyi bi me say time no du na me bie dwoma so a kire mo a wallahi mo be nu mo ho Mahamudu mo po obi a Mahamudu say Mahamudu ana wane ni Mahamudu ne senior wife ni Mahamudu nkofo pa me ba mama ncho Mahamudu ni senior wife Mahamudu ni senior wife na say Mahamudu ni senior wife ni on kan kura ba akokura na mo ni information on ni mama wo akora we di be 19 years akora di 19 years the first wife no mama ncho boy mebo akora full name akiro Mahamudu so kan kure Samira obi aware na wabeje na otiaso di nkwasi asem ya kan na mubuofu na Samira na Mahamudu ni yiri ankasa ni Samira de so side chick na obeto mu kwasi asem ya kan na mubuofu Mahamudu ni wife ni omo eba we di 19-year-old boy Mahamudu o ntintina na buta say ade na Samira ba omi anemba so sa ba Mahamudu yiri nie wati Mahamudu ne yiri nie me kasa me ma story a wo motete Ghana mo so ba omi aso on kan kura ba akokura ne yiri nie metuma ma on full name in fact o ma mbufu a me nipa bi am a nice guy o ma me nyam show no na mo de abesi Mahamudu so Mahamudu owo metuma kirew na Samira so a side chick konkonsa no de be pia Samira away me pesa me spile ni nyina time do anabo se me shege ya bo se me ye muntu mbanza ni kura bo be num ho Mahamudu ya message video no ma me chew another one metuma chew video ba omi omne kasa kura wonte wow hwebi ma me chew but the way nyina tete na munim time na e beduru na nipa on kan kura me chiri no kura Samira na so a second wife or a side chick kura ena odi prema nsam ena Samira so na abeji obi aware sa nyom ne mpese be kom ba mo ya ohun ye be ye dirty wo Ghana rough Samira ba omia oni de so onim de eba Mahamudu wife no mo mbusa de se oni maami we mo hwe the second video wa twabi mo hwe onie ba omia We on kind of correct, but I'll hold on for now. In some people was say do come. Yeah, say time ni nyandu 27 ekono. I want to be free kitchen haba. 27. You may be free kitchen. Mo be numu ho. Ma catch them MPP for most of we di matem. Me gada ni nyina o. 2027 na me kyerem nipa me ye. Now, Mummy Uremwa, hey, yeah, 2 hours 59 minutes. Now, Mom 30 minutes in count. Now, I'm in Chama Debuha. Andra, all African Games, in some. Recover 44.9 million from former sports minister Mustafa Youssef, William Kati, and Dr. Ofosu-Asare for financial irregularities during African Games. Auditor General to government. You see, under MPP, all African Games, former sports minister Baumia small boy sika onen enko for wiaye $44.9 million. Auditor General na aya ne audit nyina ahwehwe nkratem aya mat ni nyina. Auditor General say under Baumia ene Ekufuado. All African Games in 2024 no sika sports minister way and a sponsor Baumia campaign sa we open omo very influential sika sam a omo de ko wura Baumia campaign sa we Jimmy too former sports minister no we Jimmy too onim nyanse bia they used him like a rag we Jimmy too this boy only about 3 people. You see about $44.9 million. 2024 yao. Sa sikani nyina ashe. Omo wiye sa sikani nyina. Now the question here is, the Attorney General has to go into this. Now I'm asking you, onjai way, and now onjai cases no die non kofa we ana. You see how it is. Anytime I catch a Ghana for say, give the Attorney General time. Right now, this has to go to Parliament. The Attorney General has to take over, and then prosecution will have to start. And anytime I say, munya butre, Sabwe way under Baumia and Mahama, Baumia and Ekufuado, 2024, All African Games, $44.9 million. Or no, Mustafa Youssef, William Kati, and Dr. Ofosu-Asare. Matisse, one of the people, no, or then as or chief director, transport ministry. Now, that for partner transport minister, and Kwasiasam no mudi. But I'll come to that matter. I don't know why the NDC is still keeping this man who is corrupt at the transport ministry. Because the transport minister there, no, that man, I don't know even why they are keeping him in that office. Crazy man. Only the end say, Bibi Bana say, Onya Sikani be near, on Beso Beye Jumano. But we are here. The transport minister. Can't you see the woman is even effective than the man? The deputy, she is more effective than that man. Unnecessary, useless travels on the papebia, but we will come there as we speak. Sanko from the chief director now, he is working with the transport minister at the transport ministry. In fact, the transport minister puts that man there because that man will help him steal the transport minister. But we will get there. This same man, who is the chief director at the transport ministry, sports minister also on yet, and a transport minister we confirm. And this man is part of the criminality, of course. So, chief director of transport ministry, Mr. President, sack that criminal and put him before court. The transport minister is a waste of time. On the policy, they say, that is what he does. But you see, I am coming to expose some people. Because you see, Obien will bet me say John Mahama, a Juma or no. Transport minister, no, why didn't be say, or no, constituency of free no, a NDC constituency, into no, or didn't quasi some cry, the people will vote for him. But we will get there. We will get there. And Kwasiakika, she shows no respect to anybody. Other ministers have been complaining about this man. And the funny thing is, he's weak-minded. Now, Yanko All African Games, na mincho idea. Stories now, Auditor General Adebani Bini. Over 7 million was spent on quantified T-shirts purchase during the 13th All African Games. You see, All African Games no we under Ekufuado ne Baomiano. 7 million Ghana cedis on the printed T-shirt. Unquantified T-shirts. Almost to be 7 million Ghana cedis. Ghana is 7 billion. 70 billion. Ghana is 70 billion. Billion. Edioson. Echiri po. 70 billion. I'm going to print shirts. Shirts in the soy ha you. Tete. Sa sika omdi All African and the MPP no. Baomia time no. Ekufuado time no. Almost I'm print shirt for All African Games no. 7 million Ghana cedis. Tete Ghana 70 billion. Million. Ukodru menhia. Baby otum for dano. Ekom baby omudi asem no. Utumi hihye sika ni nyina enko ho. Ebe broso abedru wo na no. Sika podio. Sa ankofo no some the printed shirt. T-shirt. Ya hwehwe shirt no so ayehu. Just a T-shirt party. Now, Mame Sanchiro Krono MPP abo and the auditor general na de abo. Inti afa na we ye bedi hu dwuma. Inti so ama NDC 42 years a dey be na opesa we because we need time. You hear time to prosecute and we will prosecute. Me MPP ni mapa but me MTTK matete ka MPP so because we got a party card. Me wa membership bibia wa ha. Inti me matete ka so me kyerɛkyerɛ magana fo hu no kore no. Now Mame nko benim na me nhye wade. Yejina all African Games so NPP. Adentina we dey about some Afenyomakin in raising or parliament kwasiato the tinu kakawure. Almost say all African Games no Auditor General flags contract to a health company to supply of 5,500 packs of condoms, while another company per its sponsorship package was to supply condoms to athletes at African Games for free. Now your company be almost part of the sponsorship and they say best supply condoms in into omo custom best sponsor all African Games into omo the end say produce condoms into check condoms free and MPP buy Esakofa another company omo contract say best supply condoms 5,500 now then what 10 Ghana and then identify for. And this is the MPP 5,500 contract on supply condoms for all African Games. Shadie. Kwasiafu we happen to me. There was a company catch a Ghana for you say we are in see the condom BBB. Say oh yeah the betuma sponsor bia. The betuma and say you betuma ba the event one. Na ya check condoms sama supporters no any athletes no. It's yes your sponsorship package in here. After you signed the contract with another company. Say on supply 5,000. Now 5,500 condoms. All African Games size moving and acting on. All African Games now size moving yes acting and I said yeah. And now a blue film. I didn't question some no 5,000 none musica 300 million and sorry 30 million Ghana. 5,500 condoms. 30 million Ghana. I say, you have to condoms. You have to question Kwasiafo. You have to question Poncho. I'm so much to condom. 30 million. Poly. Sasika we nyina no de to condom. And yet Ghana ha. Kwasiafo da ho ka che say, ye mo to me. Condom ablation. They have condomized the All African Games. Ebony Condom for no sponsor event in Ebony Condom. Ebony Condom number 1. At your time, Ebony Condom. It cannot be perforated. Ebony Condom. It does not matter how long you are. It will still cover you. Ebony Condom number 1. Ebony Mumfa Musikambra. Me advert obwa. Ebony Condom. Maya Adamamo Mumfanko Yejuma. Yes, see Ebony Condom for sponsor All African Games no. And almost almost part the say almost check condoms ama athletes no any supporters beba. After a auditor MPP are buying Nana the Danko Kufuor ne Abozege ba Umia Munafiki almost through the sports minister no almost another contract say company be supply condoms ya 30 million condoms ye hu be sikanafa but ye nyina ne twen Ebony condoms. Then I Ghana for nyina twen no athletes ni nyina ba ye Ebony condoms see Ebony condom for Monfam add the camera. Me catch them. My yama free. The whole Ghana is so be say Ebony condom. No matter how long you are, we can still cover your front. Ebony condom number 1. Aqua are talented. Hey, if you grab jai grab when you be brabet my you. I'm pop star pa. Ome ko edim. Every won't jam to when Jimmy dread. Here another story. You see. 2.3 million was spent on cleaning services during the 13th African Games with duplicated invoices and overlap in service charges, especially for Zoom Lion BM. You see, 2.3 million cities. Ghana is 203 billion. Then you see the pra ho. You pen a man for you go to wepe near pra ho. You see invoices ni na or fake invoices. Now you see Zoom Lion, your Zoom Lion sitting room. Into Shadena, It is like a cartel. Omu create idea na nomde abesha ye kon. You see a pra stadium on the day ye jabola ye yogurt tour, ye fan milk tour, ye ja dia. Omu ya no pra I bass boys dia. Omu pra and also ye 2.3 million. After you receipt bra, receipt in your duplicated, receipt in your fake receipt, and you can say, oh, where you ha, so I no one you ha, where you sha, I see Zoom line on credit biba. Zoom line, they say there's a fibia bibia omo. Zoom line, I say bibia omo. It is because you are still keeping Paul Ademochi on that your Metro TV. That is why you are facing problems. Onyanko pon pese o tie nipa, ofa kwasia so na tie ne ba. And onyame ani wo ho, but sebio sa kwasia Paul na de bia also na wutua ne ka Metro TV no. Ono wa setwe na onyame de ma ono Zoom Lion. Into brana wo kom no, any the tainting of your image no. It is because okwasia bi na wode usika hye nsa, wode usika etua ne ka, and onyame twe waso. I respect you a lot, but you see, because what do want bokwasia and say Paul and we jai Paul na all say would you medie adena Paul tip Metro TV all to defend because who will say we are kronfo nko be defend. So until you clean your ass, until say obeyi sa Paul kwasia na fi Metro TV no we na kwesi wo say ongu nkofo ani ma say and the only content kwasia de na to ye and na woto and na so you are the one supporting Paul Ademochi to be fooling and you are paying for it. And if you don't take care, whatever you have built, it will be destroyed by this fool. I am telling you, where I am coming, I like you, I love you as a dad, as a friend, but let me tell you, your downfall will come from Paul Ademochi. And everything that you have built, Paul Ademochi best say no. Odu to me, Odu sika, Odu nyoma she kwasiansa, sana to, ya too for so many times, you don't listen. I don't know a car with the MPP. I don't know the business you do with MPP. I don't know how much you owe MPP. But that Paul Ademochi is the one destroying you. By your two for and gradually your empire will be collapsed by Paul. Gradually your empire that you have built, Paul Ademochi kwasewe, or best say no manako form. Also on no siska. And this guy, I have told you and I've advised you on my show so many times. Sack that fool. Sack that fool. But minim ba onyame ka so do ho bokwasia ubi bia hwero. That is the only thing I will tell you today. You are a very nice man. I like you so much, but you don't listen to advice. And this Paul Ademochi now the two TV this no. Every nonsense this guy is doing, you know about it. And kwasiadia Paul yo Ghana he nyina wa shada etwa ntrotonko for you know you are supporting it behind the scenes. You are the one doing it. Because if you are not supporting him, you own the TV. Take him off. But because he is doing your foolish bidding, you are sitting there and allowing this guy. Say idea our building in Yano was saying also today, your bosom lie on Dimpe, it is part of corruption. There be a bosom lie on Dim right now from 2020. Eba, your bosom lie on Dim Papa da. There be it is linked with corruption. Why? Because the people now what you are being now Paul Ademochi or any papa. And then all these things that comes up, he never speaks about it and tries to clarify the issue. Mean who said Paul Ademochi abegina TV so it defend who zoom lie on that? Why? But you own the TV is on. Why hasn't he defended you before? Because they are the people who are destroying you. But mudu point to be a mujisam was kanti yeni entumufo. Mudu point to be a margin say yankwara the enimno sebio na mu pen for munim. Why do you think that guy has never stood on his show to defend you before? Why do you think he hasn't done it? Odi atina ho na ye Pentecost for and ye Pentecost penyini and I me call Liberia ko ye adwuma me wo Kenya ni Liberia beto Ghana wo. So why anye stable Ghana, Kenya, Liberia, DN all will collapse. I'm telling you, all these countries are working with you because of what you have done in Ghana. They are looking at your roots and how you have been able to stabilize Ghana. Into no mama wejuma. Now odi atina ho ye me wo Congo, me wo Liberia, me sisa bola wa ha. Paul Ademochi would uproot you. And then you will lose everything around Africa. I'm telling you. I know more than you think I know. And you know I know. And you know I know. And I know you know I know. And we all know we know what we know. I'm advising you. Now, still on all African games. Ghana still owes over 200 million cedis, despite the 2.245 billion spent in organizing the 13th All African Games. Tio, Ghana dahon deka 200 million cedis. Tete Ghana's kano 20 billion. apart from a car yabatua a 2.245 billion. Omuwie na ebedru ndane yeda ho deka 200 million Ghana. Na ye Jimmy ana. Why is anybody adempo na MP for to TV say mom to me? Mena woka say MPP for organization of the event, you know, almost say 2.24 billion, 2.245 billion cedis. Sasi Kenya omuntu mi account for. Still yada ho deka 200 million. Intimate hey yada ho tia 200 million cedis. 2.24 billion ko ye wie yada ho deka 200 million. Ne yada ho tete Ghana to son kwase asam so. MPP for TV so. Na MPP for Gina Parliament ATM kwasiafo we ni so so Ghana. These are foolish people. Every serious country, me say, the biggest punishment between the MPP is to stop them from coming close to power for the next 42 years. That is the biggest punishment too. Because sanko form this sika we nyina they are behind ba omia. Sika omu we ni omu dey try e dey ba support ba omia 2028. Why should we even give them that opportunity? The 13th African Games, you know, just for 2 weeks. Now, for 2 weeks, you're spending 2.245 billion. Just for 2 weeks. Yeah, for 2 weeks. So, I'm for to be covered to javelin, a shot put, a pie villa, a 100 meters, 200 2 weeks. Ya nya koko masa ti anopa e de mo mudie ye we say you are spending 2.245 billion. Me no woka sanda 2026 ya da ho de ka 200 million Ghana cedis. 200 million. Any host World Cup there kire kwaji sikedwa ekoton na ye de bete ye ka me ka bibia. Ye host World Cup Ghana e kire sebio nana we dia o chancha hina me ana meka. We kra de kire se sikedwa emu odu. Nana ye host World Cup e kire kotam sikedwa kosia wawa. Because all African games be to be kakura pona 2.24 billion yo. Na World Cup abrofo de betina ha de e kire sikedwa ni akofa hunafo hene no akonwa aka ho ni de yana de aka ho ni akofa eye doma hene akonwa na ye de akosi wawa e wo Southgate anase ye de ko Wall Street na ye de akosi wawa ansan yetumi because 2 weeks per 2.10 billion nana onana ne mi o wo fa se chancha hene na meka sei se World Cup be pie Ghana dia e kire ton sikedwa me na meka nana enya agro e kire ton sikedwa ne ekotu konfonoche ni bodua no so ka ho na ne sika na odutua fom no yesatu ene ye de so to so na ya asanto atade na o sheko akono yatam ye na ya asanto atade ne to so na ye de akosia wa World Bank enye sa de a World Cup de che 100 billion cedis dollars trillion ene na take ton ye nyina na ene ke che o ton na po dada ye o stu World Cup a oyando o se ton no na po ye be ton na po o se ton eye educhum obi te se eye unipe de baomia o se ton no ye ka se o te ton san kofo ni nyina ye ton mo ye se omo ne de betika do ye de tika do so ye se omo bo adin bia na bibi o ye ton mo makoye nkwase adwuma de atika no so ansa ne ye be face ka no e ka nan kasa de e kire ya papa na ye sa kofa na ekufu ado ka ho na ye de akote so kakra be kota ansa na de aka no ya hwehwem asanteman omo mo support MPP obogimi na ye de omo chichi omo maka ho and yet omo support MPP omo jimi no na ye chichi omo ma esa de koto so nana enya de kito slave trade asem na make no where you 2 weeks mirika ko 2.2 billion na be host work up de kire de sikadwa ko ai nana we de manu susumina so e kire nana ye kire bro nya e de sheke jim na de wuntu so sheke jim na ya chi eye de KT Hammer so sheke jim ye wi aya ba be chi se salaka de e kire twade be ma na de sheke jim no wudem na ya chi obi de sa koso be de yetu ne hwene no na de akosi awawa na kese eye de amado kwa na nufu yetwitwa e de kwa chinchinga ma abrofo no na ketijewufu a na ya werewere no kankan ya werewere no ho e de akoko spices kese kire ya chi omu nyina wo nana we e ka e ba be da yeso no oweja pop star mia weja unhwinim
what's the day November to November me and no mind no calendar. Come on, let's ride. I'm a running man. Higher than life, no challenger. Trace my loss for the charisma. Chasing those no scavengers. Chasing those no scavengers. What's the day? As a mission city ball and I can't want to see on a 7 sign. Whoa. Only one to walk on with 3 bumped and I see on a 7 sign. And a detail and evidence. I go to chill like a relax. I know they tell you no evidence. I go to chill like them. Oh no, I'm a pop star. You know, sir, I'm a pop star. You know, sir, I'm a pop star. Yeah. You know, sir, I'm a pop.
Yes, I'm a pop. What me do $100? Yara beji. Now young queen. Hey, Jack, and then I say, one stop me 3 hours 21 minutes. Aha! I'll send the download. Aha! Me mano, omko Ghana. Adi omusi I don't know. I feel say adi abu fail Ghana. Adi abu Ghana say. You can say aha! Me mano. Obu to talk. Aha! Me say aha! Me mano. Obu bodam to say me ah. Obu say ah. Na obu di omko Ghana no who say ah. Ghana focus something. Aha! It is. Akwa we budi bro. Akwa we na GBC boss we na akwa we na time MPP wa power no aha akwa do ni aha me man o GBC omo from a dude be say hey ela no pa me sorry eh omo nyina sorry jab me sorry I'm say guys what's up dude how are you be sure what's up hey my luck is say muska ka headings pa kanya anopa no but won say me go for omo ndi emo ni angwada nti omo hye da hu bebi na bi janam free so who are the pass hello dude it was from Fatali yeah most of from Fatali kan Fatali dude this is cool me sure most say be Ghana one day be Ghana me sawasema I had to say I had to say you be deport me you be me crata deportivity we have so cool me ni a million no me money me ni a million me see me mano me minimum mutu na me I just to show me say munim crank na munim deal no crank ko na say me also fatally dude we say no problem me chibu Ghana me sawase my hono ye bibia nsi wo no lie I said I say me sawase ye be deport me sawase now I me chama dey bi GBC director akowo kind GBC director general Professor Amin Al-Hassan searchlight 684,000 Ghana for irregular training contracts in relation to the 13th African Games. Papa we, yes say all African Games GBC boss no. Okoya a lot training bi or shada at the board bi kotari GBC one also oye training say en kofo kwa report sa oboa. Auditor General asset charge no 684,000 Ghana 6.8 billion. Papa we mo kai no. Nyankopon utia obi aka 11 obia from the beginning oya na aju say obeka me wasem bone nyame betua ne ka obia wa na aju say oka me wasem bone de nyame betua ne ka obia begini de we oya wi papa we mo ka ma me mbon chem we no ka say ono okoti oko srem ekoya asore na oni imam bi bedi gomo na imam so me ba me ko hwe Kevin Taylor na o say na Kevin Taylor ba TV so na imam so hwe na de oje say enkoro okroma na Kevin Taylor wo TV so ntimi kra de me ko hwe Kevin Taylor and also Oba Accra no be free Osla say Osla mfa kwan bia so na enyim free TV so kwase ampanyi we and yeso akọ wie sika kronfo the press GBC worker they should petition the president to sack him even just because of this for the investigations to finish he needs to leave office muntie na akwa oni kronfo me catch them obia begide de
but it should have been more here in Ghana in 2006. So you can control DTT 100%. With direct to home, it sits out of national sovereignty. We'll go for. Years ago, up in Tamale, after the evening prayers, I engaged the imam in the chat. Then officer, he told me that, oh, it's time for Kevin Taylor. I'm running home. I said, you have Kevin Taylor on your TV? He said, yes. At that time, I could only access Kevin Taylor on the internet. I didn't know that DTH, Kevin Taylor, was entering Ghanaian homes. I went home, scanned my TV, and there it was, free to my house. I came back to Accra, scanned, it was there. And I remember sending a text message and a screenshot to a very important regulator. All he said was, wow. They commissioned the NCA to find a way to stop Kevin Taylor. They tracked him down. Kevin Taylor went to Nigeria and got a satellite company whose footprint covers Ghana, and currently he's broadcasting to Ghana. So, nowhere, you can get him. This conversation matters. About 2 years ago, up in Tamale, after the evening prayers, I engaged the imam in the chat. Then all of a sudden he told me that, oh, it's time for Kevin Taylor. I'm running home. I said, you have Kevin Taylor on your TV? He said, yes. At that time, I could only access Kevin Taylor on the internet. I didn't know that DTH Kevin Taylor was entering Ghanaian homes. I went home, scanned my TV, and there it was, free to my house. I came back to Accra, scanned, it was there. And I remember sending a text message and a screenshot to a very important regulator. All he said was, wow. They commissioned the NCA to find a way to stop Kevin Taylor. They tracked him down. Kevin Taylor went to Nigeria and got a satellite company whose footprint covers Ghana, and currently he's broadcasting to Ghana. So, nowhere, you can't get him. If you get him in Nigeria, he will move to Senegal, because there are satellites whose footprint covers Ghana. These are issues that when you look
Also, Imam, no, crash on your sorry, me come, Kevin Taylor. So that time I could access Kevin Taylor on my phone. That means not hear me, Debia. But one thing I want to say, I don't know, Imam, no say, or Kevin Taylor with TV, so no back cry. Or back cry, no the TV, and part like Kevin Taylor was so, or multi TV, so on one channel. And also of Fred, a very important regulator, that was Asla Usu, she was the communications minister. And Okacha Asla said, how did Kevin Taylor get on TV in Ghana? They all didn't want Mahama to come to power. And Asla, and then we commissioned the NCA. And then we commissioned the NCA, meaning it was a project to get me off TV in 2024. You see, in 2023, it means it was a project for them. So they commissioned the NCA to find means to get me off. And the NCA catch up and say, Kevin Taylor is not streaming from any source. He's streaming from Germany and also Nigeria to enter Ghana. So we cannot touch him because he has a multi-million-dollar contract. So you see, so all of them, they didn't want me to be on TV. And the Cronfoya channel. We also go jail. He needs to stand before court. They need to jail him. This is not a man who needs to be the boss of a director of Ghana Broadcasting Corporation. No, this guy is a thief. He's a criminal. He has been charged by the Auditor General. Channel. They catch them. And then because you catch a man say, oh, mama, one word from Ghana. You know. And you fool. They have all been fighting me for the past 4, 5, 6 years. They have been fighting me. They don't even know how I got on TV in Ghana. How I managed to pay $5,000 every month. They don't get it. His TV does not have any advertisement. It is only Mimi TV. You can watch CNN. You can watch BBC. You can watch everything. Sports, movies. We don't show any profanity, any nudity, nothing. Yeah, your TV, my TV, that's not what is on my TV. Open adult content in Ghana. It is my television. Multi-TV, loud silence TV. I mean, TV. You can watch CNN throughout. You can watch current movies. You can watch Sky Sports. You can watch Al Jazeera. We don't show my team. We don't show nudity. We don't do. So you see, that is why my TV, more people watch my TV than any TV. Now, maybe Ghana, I took my time. When I went to see my mom, and I'm saying, okay, I'm going to go to my mom's room. I'm going to go share idea ocean local TV. So because my mom on pet DSTV. Into me come my side when I'm say, dear na washe. Na okoshe Ghana TV so nkwasi ade ekoso pa. And me na ko jump mama epe sa nyoma. The only thing she watches or she me show ni wie pe. Ewo the other side of the house. Okoshe me wo TV so wie a no aba ne side wo. Na afi TV so malam for the guso aza atro. My mom or she me show ni wie a dia ka o hwe team say snake I know she say nyoma we o say we mo anam de agigi ani o. Obo jibitu. Na akobitu so ne ene na wunim me say hwe de onyame aye nyame kan kire mo software yi asori we me say doctor we ono akọ Asia wakọ Germany wakọ Jabodini na me say mashi wakọ da so a ebe yi wo mfren ko me say nkwase se be ne ko so Ghana no eno so see ya na nkofo be ba send me na me send o na right now what they do ne say and I'm sending this message to the NCA omo amobọ kro no wo TV so Ghana no omo ye send 10 na me send 50 no. The TV, no, there's no logo. You don't see the kind of TV station. Omo anoma kata logo no so. If you even try to report them, say TV when they show sana, you don't even see TV. Look at old screen recorder cry. There's no logo on the TV. Oh, they are local TVs, no. Baby no mu ria de baby no bokro no asofo akronfo ne malama akronfo ne edunsifo akronfo no TV no mu kasa wosoro they need name, it does not have a name. The logo the bone akata so it is okay to report to cry what is going to happen and they say omobeka say oh na say TV now or report no eni edin bia TV be na wo track it. That is what they do. And you see omo nyina sa no mo ye omo nyina yufo ni nyina sa no mo yo you go to me say be ko tell me dem mo hwe am say ah say na dey na wo hwe say Edian some phone ekoso he also we mu give me two eno an ehwe na say ah anything na it dey na was so bibia ni so sometimes me so na me tie sound na keke me say ah edian kwase sem na ekoso say we me so mo give me two but ever ade sakakra dabi anopano I say when I go to visit my mom anopano na asofo no so abi Jimmy in the name of Jesus and you carry your door and me tell some na ma e dey na ekọ so TV no so I say echo we mo Jimmy too jai na me sure no mo Jimmy too don't say it ade we no mo ye dey na ba o say bibia mba be dey sound na hia ye o Jimmy too bibia ni TV so Ghana. When you go to Ghana there's nothing on TV. Jimmy nkwa I swear me say Jimmy nkwa Ghana TV me say adaba Ghana bia no what I will do is I will film Ghana TV's channel after channel. Now my board will show us watch them. Hey, you'll be shocked. Bare 50 channels. Jimmy Nkwa. We send we sika. We yini we akoda. Sofu we jina ha. Dunsini we aba. Doctor we ton we. And me say azan nkwasiasem na studio bi onwa se baller so studio kasa omonte. Na jijim na we Mike ye kokoro na we ye kokoro and onye nyabotre enkwase me say me ko Ghana me sheda pa. I record Ghana TV be 1 hour. Na mi change no na mi change ubehu enkwasiasam nkoa just say bibia what Ghana TV so enkwasiasam nkoa no information nothing fake news bibia jinwa jimna Jimility oko Ghana TV so Jimmy wa efufu ataban ohun bebia TV ne ko they are not prophetic dynamic prophetic dynamic Wednesday. Minya no your friend saying I we dey abena meboa I fanso TV so and the okuta handkerchief for a pesetum na prophetic dynamic Wednesday enkwasiasem light no hwa some tie yi ase na bi wo am tu cheni channel me say o ma deda funu na ni patetewo ebi wo am tu cheni channel me ma me dem akwara cheni channel say na mo deda funu ha na mo say be TV program here o mo kasa call me say ma mo ye den o so mo ye discussion me say dey na mo ka na kwasi atobi to na tade funu ni shoot time bi I the munim say we say dey onim no ma men cancel me so wo be cancel me wo say ti fin wo be ma me canceling en kwasi asem couple mo record TV no mame 1 hour ochina I want you to record Ghana TV so ya muncheni channels be 20 minutes. I want you people to set the camera couple set the camera, put it on the TV and then change the channels. Bakubia manindi 1 minute, bakubia manindi 30 seconds. Channel bia manindi 30 seconds. Set it well. Let it be on the TV. Now mo chama bought 20 minutes to have Ghana for kwasi me ko Ghana TV. My anti sound no. Adebi omukebia ode my anti Ghana TV nkwa. Use the big screen, please. Use the 70-inch TV. Use the 80-inch, the one in the living room. Record it. Record that one. Record no. Ma so be Ghana TV is about 50. Ochama watch the Ghana for. Ochama Thursday, yes. And number one question same ko Ghana. Now, is here call my 3 hours 34 minutes. Iti mo amukasa ma MPP so most mo be kakra. Na me dem abre. Ah, men kwa na de bia me cheche mu che Ghana nti obi aso ntu me cheche mu che Ghana. Now, let's go through this quickly. Now, now, so what the story we are? You say a year Bank of Ghana direct MTN Momo to pause 0.75 fee on wallet to bank transfer. MPP for the Jandam Nam system say a year e-levy about omoboa. The MTN for a omo decision take here and a Bank of Ghana said they should pause it. Say any levy a begin or Ghana no call parliament. Until say parliament no, nobody can pass any levy in Ghana. It is all Ghana now Shemia. The only way you bet me a Joe sa levy no when Parliament of Ghana a pass it Samrano. as we speak today, government of Ghana emfa levy bia enko parliament say yem pass it. When that story way by MPP for say levy abano omoboa, you need to understand that decision it was taken by only MTN. And a Bank of Ghana monitor every transaction in Ghana. Akachom say they should halt it, they should stop it, and then the necessary consultations should be done. Into the announcement from here and say levy biambaye. There were so many networks in Ghana. There were Telecel, there were DND, MTN Kwan take this so decision network, nobody from government are buying way empathy levy bia. Memma obiantina baby say MPP for and there ye e11 who de na nim se na e11 enye send omo kasa say MTN edge 0.75% fee na omo tiem say e11 na chese omo ankasa no from the beginning no nim say e11 is not something good in the history of Ghana and Ghana yet no NDC aban emfa krata bianko parliament ema parliament engine to mu say e11 into way MTN for nko into na Bank of Ghana a stop you no because Bank of Ghana and they want to me to make sure every single transaction here in Ghana no omo betumi aja to na so mo engine to in the so because e11 aba mun sin who so biti radio so na o kasa sa mu din kan hwe nipa ne su ene ne bia na no kasa ne nyansa de ne trim ansa na motie no enya journalist obi wo ho a sonkro nsuo obi wo ha na enso be na egu no obi wo ha ontumi kenkan kran chechirem obi wo ha ejimi de be pie radio so obi wo ha onim nyansa de be cheche nsem akan ate ase entenye obi oti radio so bi o ka say e11 aba na so ogini di ebi mu ye radio so mmo a omunim nyansa e wo so muti omo e11 bi amba ye e wo say Ghana fo nyina ate ase. Let's move forward now. History in the making. Tema Oil Refinery. Tema Oil Refinery receives 1 million barrels of bonga crude for refining operations. And Asempa SC, Ninyane say under the leadership of Doctor I need to give you his real name. CEO of Tema Oil Refinery, who is doing a marvelous job, no? And Ebeti and say Dr. Edmond Combat. He's the CEO of Tema Oil Refinery. And Omo releases statement. Nina say 1 million barrels of oil. And I say crude oil. Yeah, they back Tema Oil Refinery. Emma refining. You have to understand when you know ebebwa Ghana, edisika beba Ghana. Makacham said there are some young men omo NDC are buying with moi. John Mahama ama omo de ama omo appointment. They are doing marvelously well, especially the tall CEO. NPA, Edith Tamaklo, boss. These are young men. Sami Jemfi, who will be to say a black woman. We are seeing people like so many young people. I know sometimes really few, but you can see they are all working. But in the energy sector, no, when you take NPA. Exceptional. He's doing a marvelous job. Who will be the boss CEO? Afeji doing a crazy marvelous job. Consistent guys. Who will be the tall CEO? These are young guys. They are so good in their work, and we are seeing the result. It is all about how they are able to communicate, how they are able to present their issues, how they are able to lure their people to bring their oil here to be refined and be sold in Ghana. Until today, Tor Asaya another history. Remember, Tor is Siwache. Under the leadership of John Mahama and the leadership of Edmond Combat, Tor has now gotten very gotten improved. Their output is basically something to write home about. We are hoping, say, this trajectory, Sibia Tor Echo, Nyoma Echo, the leadership will keep the pace. So far, they have shown, as I say, it's something I was here support you. As I speak, 1 million barrels of bonga crude oil and omode abagana ombe refining. Under the NDC, Tor is effective, it is working, and every single person should be happy about this. Now, finally, the Interior Minister, Muntaka Mubarak. We, Interior Ministry, have agreed with YEA to absorb about 60% of their security assistant beneficiaries into major security services. The hardworking Interior Minister, Muntaka Mubarak, Malik Basintele, agencies, no, and I said the Ministry of Interior and YE, they are coming together to absorb YE for almost some group of security assistants. Interior Ministry said, "Sir, in conform 60% into our security agencies." That is what we call creating opportunities for people. Until this government is really working, and the agencies and the ministries are interlacing. They are making sure, say, to create a job. We are very happy about this. We are very, very happy. Say the Ministry of Interior, led by Muntaka and Basinteli, they are collaborating to create job opportunities for the young people in Ghana. Inti from security assistance, for now a Ministry of Interior say about 60%. Now integrate into a security agencies and our security services Ghana. This is good. This is good, and I expect to say other agencies to collaborate with other ministries to be sending people into other ministries to be employed permanently to also have a decent job. These are all very, very important things. And finally, this story is about a school feeding. The national coordinator of the Ghana school feeding program, Hajia Fati Fogo, dismisses claim that caterers and cooks are owed several months of arrears. She notes that payment for the second term of the 2025-2026 academic year have been fully disbursed to all caterers under the program. The boss of school feeding.
I haven't heard any agitations from them. I haven't received any reports from them. Whatever it is just a mere speculation. I don't deal with speculation. If they have an issue, they have an office to report to. We have regional offices across the country, all 16 regions. If you are in a particular region and you have a problem, you know whom to talk to. We have zonal coordinators who reach out to them every now and then. So if any one of them has a concern, I don't see why they cannot address it properly, but rather to go on the street and say they want to demonstrate. I don't know what they were agitating for. Because for me, I believe that whoever has an issue as a caterer, if properly channeled through the right system, we are able to address that. Probably they haven't done that. If they did, I believe their problem would have been solved. Today, as I speak to you, caterers have been paid for the second term, 2025-2026 academic year. There was no way we wouldn't have paid them, knowing very well that Salah was at the corner. So if you go to their platforms, it's full of joy. Everybody is excited, they are happy. There might be challenges once in a while, yes. Dealing with 12,045 caterers, it's not an easy thing to do. You understand? So no matter how you try to work around that, a few will come out with issues. And those issues, they are not deliberate. These are simple issues that people would make mistakes without realizing that that can cause them, or you can let them not have their monies being paid to them. So when reports are made to us, we make follow-up to understand whatever it is. We take it out from there and we are able to address them. So others had similar concerns, just a few, which I believe today they won't be saying the same thing. It's just lack of patience.
So this is Hajia. She is the head of a school feeding program in Ghana. And clearly, the woman has made it clear and very, very eloquent. Sebio, for a very long time, Yente say school feeding problem about home. And under the leadership of this woman, no, you can see say it is running smoothly. Some